Hello, welcome to another Speedbird Sim Deck video. You join us here on the ground in Barcelona on the next leg of our Euro tour, where we've got a short flight of about 1 hour 40 minutes up to Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport. It is great weather, it's clear skies, and we're expecting clear skies all of the way. A little bit of wind, so takeoff and landing could be interesting, but it should be quite a smooth flight other than that. And we're at the Asobo modelled El Prat Airport, as you can see. We are injecting using FSLTL, so it's working extremely well at the moment, putting plenty of traffic on the ground. So without further ado, let's go into our cockpit, and as ever, if you want to follow along, this will get you started in any of the A320s. Just the way I do it. I'm not saying it's right, but it works for me. So battery 1, battery 2, oh hello, battery 1, thank you. Ground power, there we go. Let's turn our APU on, put some heat in the cargo hold. Let's just put our beacon on. Okay, so we've got to turn the fuel pumps on, so the way we do that is turn off all the white lights. So that's the fuel pumps on, crew oxygen supply is on. Let's get the APU running and then align our ideas. So left, right, middle. No smoking signs, and arm the emergency exits. I think that's it. I'm just going to put a bit of light on. But from that, I think we're done. So EFB, let's go to electronic flight bag. And then let's bring in our flight plan from SimBrief. So we go. There we go. 33 minutes, we should be off the ground. I'm hoping a bit sooner than that. 12:45, should be arriving 14:37, all things being equal. So ground services, check that. I'm happy with that at the moment. Let's go in here, mass and balance, and I'm going to load the aircraft. I'm not going to use GSX, I'm just going to load the aircraft. Figures are above are live. Yeah, okay, I can see that, and we'll do fast time. Right then, let's get into the MCDU, get that programmed. So ATSU, AOC menu, flight init, and let's init data request, and let's get that data in from SimBrief. Here it comes, there we go, Speedbird 74 Bravo. Barcelona, Paris, estimated 1 hour 24 minutes. That's been a bit generous, I think. Init request, it looks like it's a 1 hour 40 block to block, but we'll see. There's a big long taxi in Paris. Right, flight number, Speedbird 74 Bravo. Cost index today is 35, and our cruise altitude, just trying to find it from the new SimBrief, bear with me, flight level 340, 340. And init page B, so our zero fuel weight for today is 58.95, so let's go 59 tons, 59.0. We'll put a forward slash because we haven't got our centre of gravity just yet, so we can put that in there. Our block fuel for today is 6.639, so let's go 6.7 just to give us a little bit of buffer. Okay, and then let's go to flight plan. So our flight plan today, we are taking off on runway 24 right, and we are on the OCAB to Papa departure, which, there we go, so OCAB to Papa, well, that's a good question. Where the heck is OCAB to Papa? OCAB, there we go, straight out, straight in front to Barcelona 059, where we'll make a right turn then to Barcelona 055, where we've got to be above flight level 120, and then we'll head to OCAB, and then we'll be off. So it's quite a straightforward departure today. Whoops. So let's just put that out of the way. So we know we're on runway 24 right, so departure. There's quite a few runways at Barcelona. 24 right. Just get that. OCAB to Papa, which is this one here. OCAB to Papa, there's no transition. Let's insert. Let's scroll down, there's all our waypoints, and we've got a flight plan discontinuity because we haven't put our arrival in. So, Charles de Gaulle, arrival on 27 right, and it's an ILS 27 right. Now there will be a transition here as well. So the star we're using today, just going to double check, this is the Kepler 9 Echo. Whoops, gone by it. Kepler 9 Echo. Now let's just check the VIAs. So there we go. And we're coming into Banox with an RNAV approach on the Banox 6 Whiskey arrival. So I'm hoping that is going to give us our full transition. And what we'll do, as ever, we'll come back out. Oops, excuse the jittery, I'm not sure why it's doing that. Let's go to flight plan, and we are just going to check the flight plan. Bear with. Here we go. So let's scroll through. Looks okay. Takeoff is fine. We've got that right turn up to our departure waypoints, up through Pepax, Kepler. Then we make a right turn northeast. And here we go. There's Banox. So it looks good so far. Domos. And it's looking. Ugh. And there we've got a manual leg. I don't like manual legs. Oh, why have we got them there? It could well be because we've got flight plan discontinuity. Just bear with. Let's just clear. Not allowed. So let's clear the manual. This is where things don't go to plan. Oh, I may have just messed this up now. No, let's get rid of the discontinuity. Okay, so Paris Charles de Gaulle 516. Now let's just have a look on our charts. Now there's 516. Now our approach for 516, we need to be at Gizoq, which is that one there. That's going to be really, really steep. Okay, so is there anything else we can add in? Let's just check the chart. If in doubt. So we know we're coming in on 27 right, which is over here. So Charles de Gaulle 516 from Banox. 516 right. Okay, this is going to be interesting, isn't it? It's a very, very sharp. I don't like it at all. What we really want is another waypoint just in front, but I can't find one. What's before Gizoq? What we'll do, just let's have a quick look on here for waypoint Gizoq, which is there. So we're going 510, which should be let's have a look for that. What we're saying, PG 510. Really don't like that. PG 510, which is right over there. Really? So we're going to do that, and then we're going to go. So I think what we can do is put Negur in and then hang a left. Let's have a look, see if that works. Doesn't always. Right, where do we want to put it though? I think it needs to be there before the decel point. Negur. Let's put Negur. Negur. Not let me do it. Don't like it. Negur. I'm still not sure that's going to work, but let's have a good look anyway. I think that's just given us now an even worse. Yeah, look at that zigzag. Oh my goodness me. 516 Negur needs to be there. Okay, let's just take that out. Let's go back. Let's take that out. Negur. It's off. 515 to 516. We've got flight plan discontinuity, which is fine. I can clear that. But I still think Negur is after 516. That's starting to look a little bit better. And then if I get rid of the flight plan discontinuity, we should have made, there we go, that's a, if I overfly Negur, let's see what that's done. That's better. That's more like it. There we go. So we've fixed it. So what you can do is you can, you know, if you're seeing too steep a curve, etc., just make sure that you can adjust it. Quite straightforward actually. Just find another waypoint and add it in that then just makes that curve just that little bit more sensible. Just got to see now, so we've got to be at 5,000 feet by GZOQ to capture the glide slope. No, 14.5 actually. D14.5. We've got to be at 5,000 feet. So let's just. I think it's done it actually. Let's have a look. Negur. Okay, it's actually calculated it for us. I'm going to take that. We'll leave that as it is. Okay, so let's come back into here. Boarding is complete. Thank you very much. 29 is our 30.8. Sorry, center of gravity. So we can come back in here. 30.8 in it B / 30.8. Our performance page. Let's go back in here. Up here. Take off performance. We'll make a note of everything on here, so we know we're on 24 right, and we know it is dry. I'll sync the load sheet. I'll sync the live weather, and I'll calculate. So V1 149, V2 149. Oh, sorry, rotate 149. V2 152. Thrust reduction 1010. Flex to temp is 68 today, and it is flaps 2 down 0.1. Let's go back into here and we just translate all of that information into our MCDU. 149, 149, 152. Transition altitude is 6,000. Thrust reduction is bang on today, which is unusual. We don't always get it bang on. 68, and then flaps 2 down 0.1. flaps 2 / down 0.1. That's that done. Happy with that. Everything else looks to be okay. I'm going to come back up here. Whoops. Sorry, people. It is very choppy today for some reason. Right. So our altitude today on our departure. We're at flight level 340. No ATC. So I think what we'll do is we'll just go for 340. And then our Q&H this morning is 1031. That's that. Okay, let's go back up the top because we can come off external power because our APU is running. Let's put the strobes on, let everybody know that we're going to be taking off ever soon. Seatbelt signs on, cabin crew call. And let's come into ground services and we'll get the tug attached. So door, that jetway can go away, let's close that, chocks can go away, GPU can go away and connect the tug. Okay, back at the top, let's just make sure APU bleed is on. Whoops. Just going to check this as we go. Wind shear is on. TCAS standby ready. And then what we'll do is we'll turn that to start. Let's take a look outside. Okay, so if we just take a quick look at the airport chart, let me just hide that because that's what we were looking for earlier. Let's get rid of that waypoint. Here we go. So here we are. We're going to back out onto Bravo 6. We'll then join Sierra, come down to Tango, and make our way down Tango, and probably hold Tango 1. We'll take the whole of the runway today, I think, and then straight off on 24 right. Quite a straightforward taxi, all bit well. Just move that to the side so I can keep an eye on that. I think we're ready to go. Let's turn this now to ARC. Let's clear the company message off, which of course will just be our loading sheet, but that's fine, we just got to accept them. Both loading sheets, we'll accept that one, and we'll accept this one. Bang on time. Okay, so parking brake off, start pushback, come down here, engine 2. Start. Ooh, what's going on here? It's interesting. All of a sudden it's just gone a bit strange on the textures. Oh, wrong way, wrong one. That is very strange. That's really odd. Textures have just gone all funny all of a sudden. Still. To a stop. reset the parking brakes, and disconnect the tug. Engine 1, good start. Sorry, engine 2, good start. Engine 1. Sorry about that. Starting up engine 1. While we're here, ground spoilers armed, max auto brake, flaps 2. I think we're good. We're good. Looks good. Just wait for that engine to kick in. It's coming nicely now. See on this right hand nav display there is aircraft coming into land, or movement. I think they're coming into land actually. Just coming up to temperature now. We have to turn off the APU in a second. While we're here, let's make sure we've got 1031 set on the standby. Start the chrono a bit late, but never mind. Here we go, looking good. Let's come up. Okay, APU bleed off, APU off. Oops, already done, so I didn't need to worry about that, but never mind, it's on. Let's get the lights on. Everything else is looking good. Okay, parking brake off, we can start our taxi. Bit of power just to get us going. There we go. So we'll down Bravo 6, we'll make a right turn now to join Sierra. Plan is we're actually going to take the second, which is Tango. So join here, then down Tango 5. Nothing coming. Probably a good job because I didn't look before we turned, but never mind. And we're going to come straight down here, and as you can see, there's aircraft coming in now. Straight ahead of us. I think there's 3, 4 coming in for landing. So just make our way down Tango. And we should get our takeoff checklist in a second. Here we go. Takeoff checklist. Let's just takeoff button just to check. Config. All green, no blue. All good. That's what we want. It is going to be busy. So just making our way now down Tango 4. We'll be crossing runway. There's nothing coming on that runway. It's not used, and there is no VATSIM today. So straight across, runway 20. And I suspect that they're landing on 24 left today, so they're not going to interfere with our takeoff at all, using both runways. Go a bit quicker than this. Tango 4, making our way down to Tango 3. do. We're going to take Zulu 3 holding point. So there's the start of the runway there, so we're going to absolutely be fine on this. He says you watch, we'll run out of runway space now, but never mind. I'm not going to worry too much. Right, Zulu 3. Taking off runway 24 right from Barcelona for Paris. Charles de Gaulle. Here we go. Oh, we just shortened that runway. Never mind. That's what it is. Let's go for this. Don't you start glitching now. And here we go. We've got a slight crosswind today. 100. Approaching V1 now. V1. And rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Autopilot on. Throttles back. Leave a climb. Now we're just making our way straight out ahead before we make that right turn towards Okabe. Just making sure what that beat was. So ground spoilers off, speed brake off, flat one, beautiful, stunning Barcelona. Apologies, just get a screenshot. And we should in a second. There we go. Flaps retracted fully. Building up speed to 250 knots. Got to be above flight level 300 and 350 by gamma, which we should. Ooh. No, we're not going to make. Or are we? Just below. We'll make our right turn in a second. We'll head into Bravo Lima 055. We must be above flight level 120. And then we'll head up to Okabe and we'll be starting our cruise. So we'll leave the seatbelt signs on, we'll leave the landing lights on until we hit 10,000 feet. One thing I should have done is turn on full TCAS, but never mind. And here we go, making our right turn now as we climb out over Barcelona. Beautiful. Beautiful sunrise. And look, we've got aircraft above us as well. So QNH could now be set to standard as we pass through the transition altitude of 6,000 feet. Should just start to see Barcelona away in the distance. There we go. There's Barcelona away in the distance. Climbing nicely, so targeting flight level 340. On our way to Charles de Gaulle on the next leg of our Euro tour. Big shout out to our latest subscribers, Jaden Lee 1, Day, Gary Amphlett and Thomas Knight. Thanks very much for your subscription. Much appreciated, means a lot. And don't forget, you can subscribe. Just hit that like and subscribe button below and hit that notification bell just to keep up to speed with where we are on our Euros tour and where we're going next. And if you've got any ideas of where we should go from Paris, drop a little comment, let us know, and who knows, that could be our next destination. And don't forget, you can also join our Discord group, Speedbird Sim Deck. We're going to try and plan some group flights, and when we come to the end of our Euro tour, what would be really good is to have a group flight back into Gatwick all together. Do a VATSIM flight in, so let us know. Making good progress now. Still climbing, still on profile. Flight level 110. It's a beautiful day. It really is a stunning day. Have a look outside, it might be a bit noisy. Another screenshot there just for the thumbnail. Okay, we'll make our way in a second. We'll make a right turn to head straight for Carby. We've got to be above flight level 120, which we are comfortably. There we go, making our right turn now, heading to Carby, and we'll then heading for our cruise. So top of descent, we need to be coming down and targeting ultimately 5,000 feet. There will be quite a few constraints as we come down. You will see the Eiffel Tower on our right hand side. We'll be just passing to the north of Paris, and then we'll make our left turn then in, before we then turn left again straight into runway 27 right. It's a heck of a taxi though, that's the only thing. In Paris it's a long old taxi, and it's not the easiest to navigate either. I'll show you, there's Paris airport. You can see how complex the taxiways are. I was once on a flight from Luton into Paris, and the taxi took longer than the actual flight did. It's a long old way. So we'll be coming in on 27 right, which is 2,700 meters. Hopefully come off at Zulu 3, Kilo 3, Delta 6, Delta. I think what we'll do is then Alpha coming around X-Ray Yankee for parking. Let's just have a quick look. Taxi parking stands, Terminal 1, 3, there we go. So we'll probably try to come in down Delta Alpha 1, X-Ray Bravo, there's Alpha that goes all the way around the edges. We'll probably try to come in at Yankee 05 or Yankee 04. I mean, if not, we've always got Alpha stands around Sierra Look. So not going to be an issue finding a parking stand today, I don't imagine. Let's wait and see. So, where are we? Let's find where we are. There we go. Just left Barcelona, made a right turn now, heading through Spain, border of France, over the Pyrenees, Toulouse, Poitiers, and then at Kepa we'll start our descent. Sorry, not start our descent. Start our star just south of Le Mans. Pass over the north of Paris, where actually the route we'll take it brings us round this way. So looking good so far. So seatbelt signs and landing lights can all come off now. That's good. Seatbelt signs off. That's it. All good. So while we're here, as ever, I like to do this really early. We're just going to have a look at our landing performance. So runway 27 right. Let's apply the METAR. It is very dry, but we have got a bit of a wind, a bit of crosswind. It's good. Landing weight today 61.8. 61.8 tons. On low auto brake, we'll need 2017 meters. Now, let's just go back. Remember, this runway is 2,700 meters. So 2017 will probably give us enough to get off at Zulu 3, which is what we're planning. So that works out quite nicely for us. Off at Zulu 3, Kilo 3, cross runway 27 left, down Delta. This is where it does get a little bit confusing. We've got a couple of options here. We can either go down Delta and down Bravo Alpha, which is probably the more sensible route, and then we'll find a taxiway around here somewhere. Sorry, a parking area. So, bit of information we need from here is the METAR, and we will keep checking that on the way in. So 250 at 13 knots, 12 degrees, 1027 hectopascals. Let's come back into our MCDU. Number 1. So in here, let's input that information. 1027 hectopascals. Temperature is 12 degrees. Expecting clear skies as well. Wind is 250 at 13, so there is a little bit of a crosswind. Transition level is 5,000. Now our Barrow. Now we get this from our charts, remember? So let's have a look. Now 50 feet for a Cat 3A, or let's have a look. Decision altitude 492 feet. So that's what we'll use. We'll do a Cat 2 landing today. So 492. 492. Put that in the radio, and that's it. We will keep checking it because this obviously can change on the way there, the METAR. So we will check at various points on our journey. Right. Looking good. No ECAM warnings. No memos. We're all right. So let's see if we can get a smooth landing today, because the last 2 or 3 haven't been great, have they? Come down with a bit of a thud, although the G-force hasn't been. So I was reading up, it's not just about the FPS, it's also the gravity. Now gravity, G-force should be about 1. Most of the landings have been about 1, so if you take that, they've not been too bad, although they felt quite hard, to be fair. So let's wait and see what we're saying to be on the ground. And let me have a look. Let's go back to our flight plan. So about 1403. Oh, let me just check. Have we got real weather on? No, we haven't. We have now. 1413 on the ground, 1412 on the ground, and it is 1300 hours in the sim. And there we go, weather's decided to change. Coming over the Pyrenees, snow-capped mountains. Look, not been a lot of snow this year. Targeting flight level 340, almost there. We'll be at top of climb very shortly. Let's just check what time. Top of climb 13:05, so about 5 minutes. And what about top of descent 13:40? Oh, that's something I didn't do. Bring the winds in. That was silly. Didn't bring the wind in. Never mind. Too late now. Inserted, done. Phew. Should have done that from the off, but anyway, top of climb 13:05. Top of descent 13:40. It's all looking good now. So okay, happy with that. 14:12 on the ground. Let's just go back up here. Carby, there we go. Carby, not quite there yet. No, we are. We're at top of climb. There we go. Top of climb, 13:05. Where we'll be next. 3 minutes, top of climb. So on our descent, if we need it, we have got a couple of hold points. We've got a right hold at Banox, which is here. We've got a right hold at 242 degrees. An inbound of 062. Oh, we've also got one at Romgo, which is just here, which again is a right hold, 214 degrees outbound, 034 degrees inbound. If we need to lose a little bit height, that's where we can do it. I'm hoping that we're not going to need it, but that's just the initial descent. And then from Banox, which is down here, look, that's the hole from Banox. Come on the Bannock 6 Whiskey, and we'll continue to Domus. So that's lost comms information, so hopefully we're not going to need that today. We'll make our way then just north, as I said, north of Paris, north of the Eiffel Tower, to PG 516. There is another waypoint that we've added, which is here. Then we'll make our left turn in to the runway. All been well. On the ground, 14:12. So across the Pyrenees now in France. Well, sorry, just crossing the Pyrenees. There we go. See how the Asobu handcrafted Paris-Charles de Gaulle, we managed that without any stuttering. Something tells me we're going to get a lot. Don't know why. I'm running a 3080 and an i10, so 32 gig of RAM should be alright, but I just noticed a lot of micro stutters and some big stutters, so let's wait and see. So Paris is quite interesting in that there are quite a few airports and aerodromes around Paris, as there would be in most major cities, but it's actually served by 3 big ones: Charles de Gaulle, Le Bourget, and Orly to the south. So there's quite a fair few airports there to fly into. A lot of them just do domestic. Charles de Gaulle is your main international airport, of course. thought, was that turned off? No. Let's turn that off. I'm having a bit of problems with my thrustmaster throttle quadrant. It keeps clicking on and off when you do the engine start for some reason. Need to just sort that. Excuse the clearing of the throat. I've got a bit of a cold. It's beautiful. We've got to fly past. Oh, no, we're actually catching up. We're catching up. They're a good couple of thousand feet ahead of us. Let's see if we get a picture. Go, just got a few snapshots. So we've crossed Andorra now, crossed into France, and just making our way in a slight northeasterly direction. Slight, very, very slight tailwind, which is helping. Another aircraft there to our left, look, 1,000 feet above us. In fact, there's a fair few today. There's one just up here, and we've got one just to our left that we're catching. Not sure where that one's going. In fact, there's two. Looks like a 737. Give them a wave as we fly by. There we go. Should see it again in a second. There we go. Just speeding by it. Actually, our speed isn't too bad. I mean, that tailwind is helping. What's our ground speed at the minute is 455. Currently 270 knots, but our ground speed is 455. So we're at 0.780 Mach. But as you can see, there's lots of aircraft around. There's one 5,000 feet above us, one 2,000 feet, 4,000 feet. We're just coming over Toulouse, which of course is the home of the Airbus. Let's see if we can see it from outside. There we go. couple of photos. Yep, so Toulouse, home of the Airbus, where the Airbus is manufactured. All the pieces that come from all around Europe are put together. I believe the wings come from the UK. Engines, I think, come from Germany. I could be wrong there. But it truly is an international aircraft. All of the pieces, all of the different fuselage, the wings, the engines, some of the electronics, they come from all around the world, all around Europe, and are put together. They're flown in the Beluga and put together at Toulouse. So should be starting our descent in approximately half an hour. On the ground, probably about an hour's time. So making good progress. It does help. We have got this slight tailwind, which is just pushing us along nicely. Just again, there we go. So we just come over Toulouse, made our way out of Barcelona. Right turn, made our way in northerly directions. Going over Toulouse, we'll make a slightly left turn now, 345 degrees to Poitiers. That's about 179 nautical miles, and then we'll be starting our preparation for our landing into Charles de Gaulle. We have our alternate there, which is Vatry and Chalon, France, should we need it. And Charles de Gaulle. So yeah, it's an interesting arrival into Paris. And as I say, the taxi is really long. The taxi is probably longer than some of the flights. It's a very, very busy international hub. So we'll see if we can get in without any stutters. I suspect strongly the closer we get to Charles de Gaulle, we're going to see a lot of stuttering, unfortunately. I hope not, but let's wait and see. Bit of cloud coming up ahead. I think we come through that and it does start to clear a little bit as we're coming into Paris, although there is some cloud developing. So depending upon where that cloud's sitting when we arrive, there is a bit of cloud developing over Europe. No rain though, so that's good. No rain at all. Yeah, where next? Where should we go from Paris? Where's our next destination? Let us know in the comments below as we make our way around Europe. We've done Scandinavia, most of the Baltic states, most not all. We've gone down into Bulgaria, into Greece, Prague, Switzerland, and then over to Spain, and we're now on our way into France, having also covered most of the UK. We've still got Northern Ireland, Wales and Ireland, Republic of Ireland to go. But yeah, where should we go next? Let us know in the comments below, and who knows, that could be our next destination. And don't forget, go into our Discord group, Speedbird Sim Deck, get involved in the conversation, and hopefully on our last leg, as we fly back into London Gatwick, we can have a group flight, which would be really good. Okay, we're nearing top of climb now, sorry, top of descent. So I'm just going to set 5,000, which is the height at which we will capture the ILS in Paris. That cloud is thickening up, so it looks like we will be coming through the cloud. It's not as clear in Paris as it was in Barcelona. Let's just come into here and then let's get our arrival METAR. So what have we got? Wind changed ever so slightly, 260 at 15, still 12 degrees, and it's still 1027. So let's come into our MCDU and our performance page. Let's just update. So 1027, 12 is fine, and it's 260 at 15, and that's us. Just keep our eye on that top of descent coming in, which still not there. There it is, top of descent, about 70 nautical miles away from the top of descent. As you can see, it is very busy, and we have one aircraft that is actually currently on our same flight path at the same height, but it should just pass us by, or we should overtake it. Same height as us, flight level 340. Not going to worry just yet. So we've got about 8 minutes before top of descent, and we'll go into open descent and just keep our eye on the green dot in the box to make sure we stay on the profile. Get the charts ready. So we can see got to descend to Keppel at flight level 240. We've got to be at, because we've got blue line above and blue line below. Then we'll make our way in northeasterly direction to Benna, Romgu, Foxtrot, Foxtrot 501, again an absolute constraint of 150 to 15,000 feet. And then Nerki, where maximum speed of 250 knots, we've got to be below flight level 120. And then Bannock's, where we've got to be between flight level 90 and flight level 110. And from Bannock's we'll make our way on the Bannock 6 Whiskey arrival to Domus, and then make our way to Papa Golf 516 before we'll make a turn, and we've got to be at 5,000 feet at 14.5 miles out to capture their glide slope. All looking good so far. So get ready and we'll start our descent shortly. Let's try and have a guess at our feet per second. I would like a really smooth landing. We will take a look at it. But the last few, I don't know what's been happening. Every time I take off autopilot, I've been getting the plane kind of veers off to either the left or the right, and I'm not sure why. So hopefully it will be smooth today. I did have a pilot actually comment on a short that I put out, and I said, I don't, it's done it again, and he said he couldn't see what it had done. He thought the plane had behaved as it was expected to, but it was just a sudden movement. I managed to capture it before it veered right off. But the one before that, the landing before, I think it was coming into Geneva. The minute I took it off autopilot, it decided it was going to try and veer off and bank to the left, so we managed to save it just. Let's just change the range on the right hand nav display so we can see what's coming. There we go. So we've got about 40 nautical miles before we hit the top of descent now, just before Nimmer. And there's that Kepler where we've got to be at 240. That's 10,000 feet we've got to lose, so it's going to be tight. And again, you pull the descent just before, because the plane takes a few seconds to react. It won't instantly start to descend. So you've got to time it just right so that you can see just before you hit the point, you can start your descent. And obviously under ATC, you'd follow ATC controller orders, but we haven't got any ATC on today. I've just had a quick look at Charles de Gaulle and it is busy. I think we're going to get a bit of a glitchy arrival. A bit of a shame. I need to have a look at my graphic settings again. I think every time I update something I seem to get a change in the graphic settings. A bit frustrating. Okay, so let's just on the backup display. Whoops. 1027 ready. So keep an eye here. There's Pepax, and then we start to see our top of descent coming in. It'll start to come in not long. Time is 13:38. We should be at Pepax. So 2 minutes after that, we should be on the top of descent. Start our left bank now, a bit early, but I think it's to compensate for some of this crosswind that we've got. Go passing over Pepax. Bang on time, 13:38. So expect to be on the ground still 14:12. Which is about 34 minutes from now. Should be on the ground. That cloud cover is a bit thicker than what I expected. I thought it was going to be a bit clearer than that coming into Paris. It may well be in Paris, but certainly thicker than we expected. So it should make the descent a little bit interesting. So I'm just watching now for that top of descent marker to come in. It's probably about 15 miles away. If I just change that to 20, we'll see it. There we go. It's actually 10 miles away. So I'm going to reduce this now. There we go. Just watch it come down. Just before, I'll probably do it around sort of 2 miles. We'll pull the button. Ready to descend. Engine should go thrust idle. We should descend quite nicely. here we go. 2.5. It's going to take the plane a little bit of time. Let's do now. And we're starting to descend. There we go. Already descending. Only just luck as we hit the marker. It's exactly what we're aiming for. Green dot. Try and keep it in that box on the profile. We're now targeting flight level 240. I'm going to turn constraints on so we can see what we're doing. So we see all the constraints coming. A little bit above, but it should start to come back in. Here we go. Looking good. You have to excuse me for sounding bunged up. I just had a bit of a sneezing fit. On the profile, aircraft managing descent nicely. How far away from Keppel are we? About 16 miles. Targeting flight level 240. Look, it's looking good. Looking good. It does look like we're going to hit flight level 240. Just coming through flight level 286 now. A little bit high. Green dot's coming back, it's fine. Aircraft is managing that nicely for us, don't have to worry. The good thing about the Fenix, of course, is it does have VNAV, so it will manage the constraints. And there's our first constraint coming in. Look. This is Keppel, and then we'll be heading to Lumen, where we've got to be at a maximum speed of 280 knots, which is fine because once we hit flight level 240, we will be slowing down slightly. Check the MCDU, wind data uplink, okay, that's fine. We're just coming onto the star now, look. Going to Keppel, flight level 240. Currently at 251, 249, right on the profile. Going to hit that 240, so it's looking nice to hit Keppel. Then we'll make our way to Lumen, Benar, Romgu, all the way into Banox, and then we'll start our transition into our arrival. I'm hoping we might get below the clouds. We might see the Eiffel Tower over to our right. Let's turn on landing system. Ready. It's very early, but just gives us an indication. And I'm not hitting the approach phase yet. Probably won't hit that until we make our left turn from the waypoint that we inputted ourselves onto final. That's when we'll hit the approach phase. Descended nicely, little bit too low at the minute. But the aircraft is managing it, keeps going up and down, it's fine. Reducing speed now to 280 knots, which is exactly what we should be. 270 knots. Just coming down here, look. At Nurki we've got to be at 250 knots, so it's just slowing us down nicely. It's just a blanket of cloud, isn't it, over northern France? Still descending nicely, no change in the weather. QNH is 1027. But our transition altitude for today is actually, that's a good point. What is our transition altitude for today? 5,000 feet. Flight level 050. So we won't change the local pressure till we hit 5,000 feet. Which is fine because that's actually the height at which we've got to be when we capture that glide slope. Flight time so far has been 1 hour 6 minutes. Probably another 20-30 minutes to go. Just coming through flight level 185. Got a bit 150 by 501, which is fine. Just looks like balls of cotton wool, doesn't it? Fluff. Fluff everywhere. So I think that's Benar in front. No, Romgo, sorry. So I've just passed Benar. This is Romgo. Coming down nicely, targeting that 150, which is here in magenta, which shows that's a constraint. Then Nurki, we're going to have to be below flight level 120. So you can see on the charts, look, the aircraft is managing our descent perfectly. Targeting flight level 150 by Foxtrot 501. And then at Nurki, maximum speed of 250 knots, which is already targeting. Well, it's 260 at the minute, and below flight level 120, and then at Bannock's it's got to be between flight level 110 and flight level 90. And from Bannock's we'll then start our further descent in before we make our turn into 27 right. Looking good, looking very good in fact. Let's hope we can land it smoothly. all looking good. Targeting below flight level 120 at Nurki, maximum speed of 250 knots. We'll just keep an eye on that, because if it doesn't start to slow, we'll have to slow the aircraft ourselves. Doesn't look as though it's going to slow. I think we're going to have to do that. Oops, down. There we go. We'll pull flight level 250, speed 250 knots, just to slow us down. It's interesting because 250 is there, but then once you get to Bannock's, the maximum is 300 knots, so it speeds back up again. Let's just put it back to normal, let it manage it. I think it's targeting it now anyway, look, so all good. Got to be below that flight level 120. It's actually targeting it now, which is interesting. Going to be at, are we going to get below there? It's going to be close, slowly but surely coming down. So 230 knots. Now targeting Bannock, so we've got to be between that flight level 110 and flight level 90. That's going to be close, but we are getting there. This is very low cloud. And let's hope those waypoints that we had to amend and change, hopefully that should bring us in a little bit more smoothly than we'd originally anticipated. We may have to chase the glide slope a little bit. Coming up Bannock's in front of us. Speed 230 knots. Don't need to use the hold, we're okay flight wise. We're now on the Bannock 6W transition, which is our initial approach. This is low lying cloud, isn't it? So making our left turn now, we're heading up to Domus, where we'll make a right turn and pass through northern Paris. We are targeting that 5,000 feet. Holding at the moment. So 10,000 feet we'll turn on the seatbelt signs and all of the landing lights. We could do that in a second, but let's just keep our eye on the height. It is dropping very gradually. Slightly concerned at the speed at which that is descending, but let's wait and see. It is targeting 5,000 feet, so I'm not concerned about that. I think what I'm going to do, just going to come up here. Let's put seatbelt signs on. Let's go, just so we're prepared. Oops, sorry. So let's just check our missed approach very quickly. So climb straight ahead to 5,000 feet to Papa Golf 651, continue on 281 degrees to Papa Golf 652, then to Pon at maximum 5,000 feet, then as directed. Now we haven't got any air traffic control, so we'll be doing that ourselves. So 5,000 feet, slight right turn on 281 to 652, and then Pon, and there is a hold somewhere up there, I think. Oh, Mopar, just beyond. So we'll maybe enter the hold, and then what we'll do is we'll come back round and we'll give it another go. There we are on our initial approach for runway 27 right. This could be an interesting approach. I've got sneezing fits. Dear me. Cold coming, but blimey. So we're still holding, still maintaining, and I think that's to Domas. So if we just check in our MCDU, Domas, flight level 113, so 11,300 feet, which is fine. We then descend to flight level 100, Papa Golf 510, and speed limit as well. Then we descend to 8,600 feet, or flight level 086, Papa Golf 515. So you can see all down this stretch we will be descending gradually down and controlling our speed, which is what we want. And over to the right, hopefully, if we're below the clouds, we'll see the Eiffel Tower. Here we go, starting our right turn on a track of 084 degrees all the way to Papa Golf 515. I'm not sure we're going to see the Eiffel Tower today unless there is a break in those clouds. It's somewhere over here. Okay, so we're now on to make our way down 084 degrees via Papa Golf 510, Papa Golf 515. We'll maintain a descent profile. It's only a shallow descent. I think we're going to be disappointed today. I don't think we're going to see the Eiffel Tower. That cloud cover's just a little bit too thick. We will have a look. What we'll do, let's just come into the MCDU. Alright, I'm just going to keep that speed up at 230 for now. Just for now. 220, was it 220? 220. So we've activated the approach phase. There's Paris, Eiffel Tower. over here somewhere. Can't see it. Down here somewhere. Oh, wait a minute. Over to our right. There we go. There's the Trocadero. And there's the Eiffel Tower, just through the mist, look. Just see it. There you go, Eiffel Tower. There's the Trocadero. And Arc de Triomphe, the Louvre, all the sights. So descending nicely, just going to start bringing our speed down, flaps warm. We'll stick at 200 knots, just for a little while, don't want to go too slow. This is where we find out whether our flight planning worked or not. So you can see that curve coming in ahead that we programmed in, just to not give us such a sharp curve into the airport. It looks pretty sharp on the right nav display, but that's purely because we're zoomed right out. There you go. Looks a little bit better. Lots of aircraft up above us as well, look. So there's the airport just to our left there, Charles de Gaulle. It's very busy, I have just checked. It's going to be an interesting arrival. We should be okay. You can see all the aircraft above us, look. We should be fine. Okay. Want to slow down a little bit just to manage that initial turn. It is still quite sharp even though we've programmed bits in. There's flaps 2. Get ready, medium auto brake, down spoilers are armed, lights are on. Descending nicely on the profile, as you can see. Not going to hit approach phase just yet. I'll do that just as we make our turn. Just managing the speed a little bit. We're coming in a bit too slow, but I'm just conscious that that is still quite a sharp turn and we do need to capture that ILS. so I don't want to take many risks here. So I'm just going to keep my eye. I think we'll be okay because we're going to overfly Gizoc, or Gizoc, Gizoq, which is the start of the final approach. We've got 2.4 miles from Gizoc before we start to capture it. I think we're going to end up chasing this a little bit. Just depends how far east of Gizoc we go. We're just coming down nicely. You see the magenta diamonds for the ILS there. I think we might have just programmed this well. Let's just speed it up a little bit. We're okay for a bit. Just that conscious of that turn. Because in actual fact, we're not going to actually be going over Gizoc, look. Haha, just seen that. That's not helpful. Never mind. Okay, let's just manage mode. I'm going to hit approach phase because I just want to make sure we capture this ILS coming in. Now if ATC was online we'd be getting vectored, so we wouldn't be worried too much. We would be getting vectored in here, it wouldn't be an issue. It's just behind us. Look how busy the sky is over Paris. Wow. Oh, hello. We've lost the track on the ND. What's going on? Where are you going? Take that off, that's why. There should be a left turn coming now. He says hopefully. There we go. Turning nicely. Now hit approach phase again. Get down to 5,000 feet by this point, otherwise we might have a bit of trouble. Looks okay though. That turn we programmed in looks alright. In hindsight, what we should have done is probably pick a waypoint just a bit further up that would have then turned and got us to Gizoc, but never mind. Coming down well here. Let's hope we capture it. Handy that our go around is also 5,000 feet, so that helps. Descending slowly, a bit too slow. Let's get down, here we go, 5-4. Still a bit to go yet. Magenta diamond is lining up, it's starting to come in. Need to, I will go lower. I think we could end up chasing this a little bit, but that's fine. Just making that turn round into our final approach. Here we go. More drag. let's put the speed brakes out. Just to give us a bit more drag, get us down. Are we going to capture this or are we going to chase it? I think we're going to chase it. So let's go 4.9. Let's get down there. Full flaps. Speed brake back. Armed. Let's get down, come on. Not captured yet. 1027. Still not captured the glide slope, that's not good. Let's just see if I can get down there quick. Capture it, we're just going to capture it a little bit late. Looking okay, we're coming down. There's the magenta diamond. We've captured it. Localizer captured. Right. Let's set our go around speed. Height to 5000. All good. Phew. Flaps full. And spoilers armed. Speed brake, auto brake medium. Lights are on. Still 11 miles out. Runway not in sight yet. 492 feet. Clear this cloud, we should be okay. 10 miles. 10.7. Should start to appear just in front of us. Well, we're coming down nicely, all looking good so far. There we go, right in front of us, look. There it is. Auto thrust managing our thrust of our engines nicely. Everything looking good. All green, no blue. Still no landing checklist yet. 8.7 miles to go. It is windy, but it's straight at us. And if you're watching this for the first time, just write down quickly now what you think the landing rate's going to be. Because we've had some interesting landings recently. Seven miles. That cloud did clear away for us coming in. Good descent profile. It's all good. I'm going to try hard not to sneeze. 6.5 nautical miles to go. And there's our landing checklist. So, one more mile and the gear will come down. Cool, now's not the time to have a sneezing fit. Right. Try this. Gear down. All green, no blue. 1800 feet. That's a straight on headwind as well, which is handy. Pappish, 2 red, 2 white. High.
100 above. 500. Minimum.
Continue. I am going to leave autopilot on just for a bit. There we go, back on profile. Still a bit high, look. It's that wind. There is a slight crosswind now, all of a sudden.
$200.
We're going in.
100. 50. 30. 20. Retard.
Reverses. And welcome to Paris. 70. We can come off where we anticipated as well, which is even better. Have a clean up. And then what we'll do is we'll just come off the runway, and then we'll hold, and we'll just have a full clean up. Now that landing wasn't too bad. It was off centre. I'll take that. It was off centre. Let's just cross this line. Hang down here. There's the stutters, look. The Asobo stutters. Don't know why it is with Asobo airports. Okay, just going to stop here. I think we're ready to go. So we are where we anticipated. We said we'd come off at Kilo, which we have. Oh, sorry, Zulu 3. Now on Kilo. Go Kilo 3. Cross runway 27 left. Down to Delta. And then we'll make our right turn. Yeah, left turn even. Coming, which is good. And if you enjoyed that flight, don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button. Keep up to date on where we're going with all of our Euro tours, and let us know, where do you think we should go next? So we're currently on the ground in Paris. We're from Paris. Let us know in the comment section. And don't forget, you can also join us on Discord at Speedbird Sim Deck. Get involved in the chat, and as I say, hopefully, our final flight into Gatwick will be a group flight, which I think will be quite interesting. So we can finish off our Euros tour with a group flight. Get involved in the chat. So here we go, down Delta. We see how busy it is, look. Lots of EasyJet. Oh, blimey, I'm not sure I'm going to get in there, but we'll have a look. We're down Delta, and then we're going to go down Bravo onto Alpha. And we'll try and find a stand. It looks a bit busy though. Blimey. Let's see where we end up. So we're going to take a right here on Bravo. Nothing coming, which is good. May have to go all the way down to the end here to find. I can't see any spare. Let's just have a quick look out. Ooh. Look at that, how busy it is. There's nothing. Going all the way round then. Probably going to park around here or around here. Beep beep. I'm just going to go through it. Ah, hold on. Hold on. There's one just there, look. We're off the line slightly, but we're going to take it. Let's get on the line next to this Air. Is it Air France? There we go. Whoa, busy, busy. We'll have a quick look at the airport once we've done this. Ooh, stop too soon. Bit of power. Let's go forward. There we go. Right. Speed brake. Sorry. Parking brake set. Engine 2 off. Engine 1 off. Oops. Ground spoilers off as well. And let's have a quick look outside the aircraft. That's Egypt. Fly Egypt, look. Let's have a quick look. So Air France. Lots of EasyJet, as you'd imagine. It's a busy old airport. Norwegian Air. Egypt Air. Wow. Lovely. Well, welcome to Charles de Gaulle. And whoops. Hopefully you enjoyed that flight. Don't forget, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Till then, goodbye.